You're refusing to answer my question. Do you think
it.
that it's important that we have a transgender Supreme Court justice?
I believe that it's
in order
important.
to include that community.
I believe that it is always important, the ABA believes that it is always important to support and encourage diversity.
So we
equity,
should
and
have a
inclusion.
transgender Supreme Court justice?
The ABA says diversity should shape the legal profession here. Then Brandon Gill used its own website and asked one simple question here, guys. She talked around it again and again, but never actually gave him a single answer here, guys.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate you convening this task force today, and I myself, as well as many of my constituents who are watching, reached out to let me know how impressed they were with your line of questioning. So with that having been said, I'd like to yield the remainder of my time to our distinguished chairman, Mr. Gill.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's go.
Ms. Binky, let's pick up where we left off before. The mission statement on the ABA's website states that our legal profession is enhanced when judges resemble the cultural groups that make up American society. How many Supreme Court justices have we had in American history?
I could not tell you over the
It's about 116. Do you know of those 116, how many of them have been transgender?
I have no idea.
Do you think there might have been one?
I have no idea.
No.
Is it fair to say that there have been no transgender Supreme Court justices in American history?
I
think
honestly
that's fair,
have
guys.
no idea.
You don't know?
I have no idea.
You
Guys,
study the law, don't you?
right, it would be like international news, if that makes any sense here. We have not had one.
We do not study the personal attributes of individual justices.
Is there a Supreme Court justice in American history that you think might have been transgender?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? Well, I think most people can assume that there haven't been any transgender Supreme Court justices. I hope that we can agree at least on that basis. Would that be okay to proceed under that assumption? Okay, I appreciate that. So transgenders haven't been represented on the Supreme Court. Do you think that it's important that the next Supreme Court justice be transgender?
The ABA does not subscribe to any particular quotas.
I'm not asking about a quota, I'm asking about representation, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
The ABA supports diversity in all of its forms,
Have
and
transgenders been included on the U.S. Supreme Court?
the ABA supports the full spectrum of diversity.
Do you think that it's a
and we
problem
think
that the transgender community has never had representation on the U.S. Supreme Court?
The ABA believes in diversity, equity, and inclusion as
And I'm asking you about diversity, equity, and inclusion. I'm asking you about inclusion of the transgender community.
we believe that people ought to bring their entire self to whatever role they're serving.
You're
in the
refusing to answer
she's
my
dancing
question. Do you
around
think
it.
that it's important that we have a transgender Supreme Court justice
I believe that it's
in order to
important.
include that community?
I believe that it is always important, the ABA believes that it is always important to support and encourage diversity.
So we
equity,
should
and
have a
inclusion.
transgender Supreme Court justice?
Diversity has many forms, and we believe that
Do you think
each
that you're not
person-
answering in a straightforward way? Do you think that's because of your own implicit bias?
Ooh,
I believe that I'm
guys.
trying to explain that the ABA does not set quotas and does not believe that
Do you have
need
implicit
one-
transphobia?
The ABA believes that diversity in all of its forms is important and helps the profession more globally.
Okay, we're going to move on.
That's
Should
not really
Americans
much of
be
an answer.
judged by the color of their skin or the content of their character?
Discrimination is never appropriate, sir.
So do you agree that
Guys.
Americans should be judged by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin?
Yes, I would agree.
You agree with that? Should a law school consider an applicant's race when making admissions decisions?
The Supreme Court has indicated that
I'm asking you if they should. It's a normative question.
discrimination is never appropriate, and
So is it your testimony that law schools should not consider applicants' race when making admissions decisions?
the Supreme Court has said that you may not take race into account.
So you don't believe that race should have any role, yes or no, in a law school's admissions decisions?
You're
Is that
trapped.
the position of the ABA?
The ABA is not responsible for admissions.
I didn't say it was. I'm asking you if you believe, and if it's the position of the ABA, that race should not be a factor at all in a law school's admissions decisions?
The ABA takes compliance with the law seriously.
I didn't ask you that. I asked, it's a really simple question.
It is.
I'm
It
asking
is.
you, let me just ask you in your own personal capacity, should race be a
She's not going to answer that.
factor in law school admissions decisions? The question is a yes or no question.
I am here in my
Yes or no,
capacity-
should race be a factor
I
in
am-
law school admissions
I
decisions?
am here in my
Because
capacity.
according to the ABA, it should. The ABA has said explicitly that they have a long history of supporting consideration of race in law school admissions. Is that your testimony, that law schools should continue taking into account race?
The Supreme Court indicated that diversity is a laudable goal, and the ABA supports diversity in all of its
This is
forms.
embarrassing for you.
could be a laudable
You ought to be
goal,
able to answer
sure,
this in a
but-
very straightforward way. And with that, the time is up.
Sir, I have 3 UCs request.
Go for it.
Thank you. I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record a July 2026 article from Kerner News, North Texas families and the summer food programs they rely
Without
on
objection?
are feeling the sting of inflation.
Without objection?
Okay, that has nothing to do with what we were just watching. Hold on. It can definitely be a goal of the idea of like visual diversity. Sure, it could be a goal, right? An eventual goal to kind of make everyone kind of reach the same level of overall, I don't know, drive and let's say ability. That's an amazing thing to kind of search for. Sure, right? Ed? But I definitely would not say that it should be 100% based off of the color of your skin, because that just does not make much sense here. Also, it does not matter whatsoever what you're doing with your body, if that makes any sense here. It doesn't matter who you're marrying, et cetera, et cetera. These do not give you a specific leg up to kind of become a Supreme Court justice here, guys. It just does not, it doesn't mean anything. Like, what benefit is it for you, because you're coming from one specific community, to then be, I don't know, ruler of all, if that makes any sense here? Like, the faster we can get past this, all right, the better here. And the fact that the ABA is basically saying one specific thing, then obviously when being questioned, the response is no, discrimination is bad. Yes, it is, guys. All right, it is. A merit-based society should be the primary goal here. All right. We can talk about, other goals that are surrounded, sure. Right. But the primary goal should always be, you have this job because you deserve to have that job. But to specifically disregard others because they have the ability and you do not have the ability, so you lower the overall standard, making whatever organization you're basically looking to lord over, at least here, weaker, is not an intelligent thing to do here, guys. Just because you were born one way, decided to become something else in your life here, that does not mean you deserve this position of power. Why? You have the merit. You did all of these other things. Okay, whatever here. Another person down the street did not go through all those other things, but yet has the same merit. Then maybe there should be some tests done. Whoever wins that test wins here. All right. But just because you are from a certain group, like a niche subgroup in the United States of America, it does not mean you by default, okay, need to have that position just because of who you choose to be in a bed with, bro. Or parts of your body you chose to remove, basically. I think that's my opinion. Not everything is the same, all right? The idea of egalitarianism feels like a failure in society, guys. If you want to find the fastest way, and I mean the fastest way, to kill people's drive, okay? To kill the idea of innovation, have everyone have the same exact thing, right? What pushes people is knowing legitimately that you have more, all right? That's it, guys. You work hard in your life so you can have more. That the feeling of having more. But in the society that some of these individuals are basically pushing, you can't have more. Everyone has the same, all right? I mean, even the people who are doing less work have as much as the people doing the most work. How long do you think that lasts, guys? The people that are pushing this society, I'm not sure they did their research, guys. All right, I'm just gonna be honest here. I don't think they paid attention, okay? But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and catch you guys later.